It snowed. That's all I know. It fucking finally did it. The reason I haven't planted happened. I mean, kind of. This song, I mean, it's beautiful. A lot of their songs are about, like, breaking up. This song's really pretty. It's called Jaws. It's a great song. It just sounds kind of sad. It's a little sleepy for the morning, but it is. It's a Wednesday, right? Yeah, all right. We're there. It snowed. That's all. It snowed. It's so fucking like, can spring just fight back? I'd like spring now, I think. I'm tired. I'm cold. Nuh-uh. Oh my God. I saw, it wasn't Georgia pollen. What was it? I think it was Tennessee pollen. It was someone cutting a tree down and the tree fell and the cloud that like I don't even know how to explain it. Like there was the form of the tree left in the air of pollen when the tree went down. Like, and then when the tree fell, it was just like thick. You could not see through it. Thick, yellow, just my nightmare. I would die. Was it Georgia? Oh, I thought it was Tennessee. Dude, I'm so sorry. What is that tree? What are the trees that do this to you? Do you know? I don't think I looked at what kind of tree it was, but that's my literal nightmare. Oh my God. Rod, that thunder last night felt, and I wasn't kidding. It literally felt like someone slammed a sledgehammer under my feet. We had the wildest out of nowhere storm last night during movie night. The thunder, I felt it in my ass. Like, no exaggeration. It scared the fuck out of my dogs, dude. It was out of nowhere. Like, it was sprinkling rain, and all of a sudden, just like, crack, 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 blah, 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 blah. Fucking wild, dude. The weather here is so weird. It's a pine. Dude, that shit can eat a dick. I would suffocate. Like, I think I might actually go into anaphylactic shock if I was stuck in that cloud of pollen. I might actually die. Maybe. We get some wild thunder, Rod. Like, I feel like every spring is like, that's our storm season, right? That's when we get our thunder and lightning storms and shit. But man, I've never felt it in my ass like that before. Like, that storm must have at one point just been on top of me. Like, directly over my head or something, because holy fucking shit. Nuh-uh. Oh, okay, wait, Super Papa, what do you do about that? Wait, are they just covered in pollen? Oh my God, I would choke to death. My dogs were playing in the yard the other day in Georgia, and they were kicking up clouds of pollen. What? When you twerk too irresponsibly, you get ass thunder. Exactly, which is why we stick to that sad spine twerk. That's all we can do. It's the pine, oh my God, the Georgia pines. Wow, I'm not going to tell you how many times I've been to Georgia. We're not going to talk about that. And literally driven through the pines. So. Wow, yeah. Okay. Life is fun, isn't it? You just learn all day, every day. This is a learning place. Welcome. Yeah, that thunder. I think, Rod, I literally posted it in chat the moment it happened. And I think it hit me like maybe 5 minutes before it hit you. That's how fast that storm was moving. Because I typed in the movie chat last night. I was like, my dudes, the thunder just hit so fucking hard. I felt it in my asshole. And then all of a sudden you were there. You're like, Katie, are you getting thunder? Yeah, I was. It was wild. But nothing else happened. And then we got snow. Like, it was very interesting. Good morning, Glut. I was using a leaf blower yesterday, and the amount of green yellow shit I blew off the porch was epic. What do you guys do? They usually shake it off. That's like one of my, because my dogs, they crawl all over me at nighttime. They like try to sleep on top of me. I don't even know. They're addicted to me. It's fucking insane. But one of the things I think about is like, what am I going to plant in my yard? Because I don't want my dogs rolling in it and then bringing it in my bed and then me like choking to death while I'm sleeping on pollen or something. But I don't think we really have. I think we get like somewhere in Colorado, there's cottonwoods because I've seen the cotton in the air, but it's nowhere near me. We have like locust trees, I think, are really popular here. Not pollen trees, though. A lot of trees, like my trees, for instance, all my trees in my yard, they don't do pollen, they do seeds. So like I was talking about my I have, what are they called? Aspen. I always want to call them birch, and I don't know why. They are not birch, they are aspen. Aspen is like the tree of Colorado, so I planted 2 in my yard. And they create these like pine cones that drop and look like a Chinese lantern. And then I have I think it's an elm. It's like some sort of invasive tree that's literally everywhere in Colorado. I have 2 in my yard. And they produce I don't know what tree does it, which is really, I think, is it oak that does like the little helicopter guys? The, what is that? It does that, but it doesn't have the fin on it. It's just a circle. It's just like the circle part. Maple, is it maples? Maybe it might be more than one kind of tree that does the little kind of guys. But my trees do little, like without the fin on them. They're just like, they look like just a lily pad with a seed in the middle. But not, I haven't noticed like a massive pollen here thing yet. That's what all my trees are doing. Like weird types of, or like I have, what is it? It's every year it produces plums, but I don't think they're edible. It's like a bush. I think it's called like a Chinese plum or something like that. And it produces these plums that are like this big and they're super fucking sour. I have eaten them and lived, so I know they're plums, but like they're not good. And that thing's creating weird little seeds right now too, but no pollen. Which is interesting. I wonder if it's because we're such a windy place that pollen... Well, no, wouldn't that make sense? We should be pollen-y because we're windy? I don't know. Is it maple that does that? Yeah, those. We have, like, things like that. No shit. I don't let our cat out during this time of year, mostly to avoid the yellow footprints across the house. Dude, for me, it's the mud. I know you understand the madness. I can't even tell you how many times I've cleaned the floors in the past 3 days. It's because my dogs, they have webbed feet and they just claw up that mud and bring it in with them in clumps. I vacuum constantly. It's fucking maddening. I hate it so much. But like, I feel like cruel because I'm like limiting how much my dogs can go outside because I just don't want them covered in fucking mud and they run around and then it like little clumps stick all over their fur on their belly and I have to claw them off. It's fucking gross. The mud season, but at least I'm not allergic to it. It's not pollen. I won't complain. That pollen, that tree scared me. Watching that tree go down and just seeing a cloud left where the tree was, and then when the tree hit, a cloud bigger than a school bus of the thickest yellow shit I've ever seen went up in the air. Absolutely not. I wouldn't breathe. At least for me, the pine pollen isn't too bad for allergies because the particles are so big they don't mess with me other than like dust. You know, there's actually something very much to that. We've talked about that in terms of like marijuana, weed. So all the visible smoke you see is actually particles of THC that are too big for absorption. That's why we can see them. The THC we're actually like inhaling and absorbing and getting high off of is invisible. That's how small the molecules are. There's definitely something to that. And I wonder if like the bigger the pollen is, because the places I've had the worst allergies, you don't see the pollen. Like, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but maybe. Happy hump day, Young. How are you, love? That's what we're talking about, Young. I saw a video on Instagram or something of a tree in Georgia being taken down. And I guess it was a pine. This is what I'm learning. The Georgia pines. It was very tall. It was taller than it was about as tall as like a 2-story house. It was a pretty big tree. And you see it start to fall, but there's a cloud left in the sky of the exact imprint of that tree of pollen. And then when the tree hits, this fucking cloud comes off of it that is as thick as mustard. I swear to God, you could not see through it even if you wanted to. As big as a school bus. Just. And I just watched it multiple times like, oh, I'd die. I would not breathe. I'd stop breathing. My eyes would swell shut. Good morning, Viata. How are you, my love? Is it time to keef again to understand pollen? Isn't that fucking weird? I don't know how I've never thought of that. But weren't we just talking about this recently? We were talking about all the pollen shit, and someone was like, pollen, you mean keef? Wasn't that Viata? Our bad influence. I think it was Viata was like, pollen, you mean keef? And then we all keefed. It happened. It probably definitely happened. It is pollen, though. I mean, isn't keef the pollen? I think it is. I never had allergies until I moved here from the north. Weird. That pollen. Oh my God. Viata, you just reminded me. I just read about something. Oh my God, what was I reading? I was reading about something recently where there's a is it New York City or somewhere? You ever eat corn along the way? What do you mean? I love corn. Corn is the juice. It's the juice. I forgot what I was saying. Damn it, it died. Whatever. Cheers. Did I not bring my lighter out? I have a lighter. I didn't bring my clipper out. I'm a failure. Georgia seems to have the world's largest plant orgy every spring. No shit. That pollen is oh, that was it. The trees. So I was reading this thing recently, and I can't remember if it was like New York City or London. It was some big famous city where, like, when the city was established, the people paid to have, like, either all male trees or all female trees planted, something like that. And it, like, fucked up the fucking ecosystem. Like, it literally attributed to this. It must be male trees because it's the pollen. It attributed to, like, our pollen counts these days are way higher than they've ever been. Like, historically speaking, we look at, like, fossil records and shit like that. We can tell how pollen fell. And it is exponentially worse these days. And it has something to do with that. Like, we fucked up. Humans fucked up. And, like, was that it? Because they don't want female trees providing free food. Shut the fuck up. Was that really it? I read this a while ago. That I'm not shocked. People are gross. That's so gross. God forbid we provide free food? A plum? Okay. Really? So they only planted male trees and the pollen skyrocketed. I mean, that's literally the article I read was all about that. Like, the male trees got planted excessively, and so now we just have excess amounts of pollen and not enough female trees, and et cetera, et cetera. It's pretty crazy. Us fucking with Mother Nature is just stupid, right? Like, I was going to talk about this yesterday. I forgot. If you were here yesterday, we restarted Alan Wake. We're officially in chapter 3 of it. And one of the common bad guys in Alan Wake 2 is wolves. And I made a snarky face, because of course I am. It's placed in the Pacific Northwest. We don't even have wolves anymore. We hunted them to death. We literally extinct the wolves. And what Washington did is they voted to bring down timber wolves from Canada to re-inhabit. Because what happened was we hunted all the wolves away because the wolves were like killing cattle and whatnot. So then the elk population blew out of fucking control. And there's not enough food to feed all the elk. So the elk were just like starving to death and dying and rotting. So we were like, all right, we fucked up. We killed all the wolves. Let's bring timber wolves down from Canada and let them make house. So they did. And they put timber wolves like in Washington and a little bit of Idaho, I think, and maybe some Montana, I want to say. But timber wolves are not the wolves of Washington state, and they're very territorial, and they kill things just to kill things, not just to eat them. So they ended up being an even bigger issue. So these like rabid wolves in the game really check out. That's all I wanted to say. Cheers. Don't fuck with nature. It very much sounds like a not in my backyard move. Yeah, I agree, Kona. That's just sad. Meanwhile, it's just, I mean, you wonder where that thought process, I mean, no, I don't. It's money. It's interesting to me because like my plans for my yard, I'm making like a food garden. And I want to like line my land on the street with like fruit trees. Because when I was a kid, walking home from the bus every day, I would pick a plum off my neighbor's tree. And it was like this really significant memory of mine. And I'd eat a plum on the way home from school because all the branches like hung over onto the sidewalk. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. People are weird. Fucking with nature gave us puppers. I mean, it's a catch. Because I love my puppers beyond reason. I do adore my puppers a whole lot. I can't argue that one. I love my dogs. I know. They like it's I don't know if catch 22 is the right name for it, but it's like we ruined wolves to make abominations. I love my dogs beyond reason, but like I had a pug, and I'm the first person to say they shouldn't exist. My pug was the queen of my life. I literally still cry about her. They shouldn't exist. It's fucked up what we did to dogs. It's like Yeah, pros and cons, exactly. Like, I love my dogs beyond reason. I would never give them up. But, like, man, what we did to so many dogs, and I'm sure all of you agree with this, like, looking at, like, corgis and wiener dogs and all these dogs where we made their backs all long and fucked up and now they have back problems. Or you look at, like, German Shepherds and their weird hips and they always get hip dysplasia. Like, we fucked them. We fucked them up. It sucks. I love my dogs. I'd never give my dog up, but we did fuck up animals. Yeah. We don't deserve dogs. I'll never give mine up. I love them beyond reason. But we don't. It's true. They only planted male trees, and now we get all this pollen. It's the woke virus. They turned the frickin' trees gay. Man, I saw a post this morning. I tried to save on Instagram, but it refreshed before I could save it. And it was this woman, and she said something along the lines of, men created God because they couldn't stand that women created life. Something like that. It hit me pretty hard. I don't know why you reminded me of it, but like, whoa. And she ended it with, and if you don't agree with that, y'all can lick a wall. I love that. Lick a wall. Lick a wall. It's a sentiment. The sentiment is there. Humans were a mistake, and one day soon Mother Earth will shake us off. Oh, 100%. I don't think it'll be in our lifetime, but we're going to get shook off for surezies. Coffee grind to my fucking coffee. Motherfucks. Any hoozles. Yeah, it snowed finally, Viata. I got your fucking snow. Can you take it back? It's cold. I mean, part of me is grateful because I haven't been planting because I've been waiting for this fucking snow. I knew it was going to come. We did. No, take it back. I knew it was coming. Every time Viata gets slammed, my house gets slammed. I don't know what it is. If I'm like at it super, like, I think I'm just at a higher elevation than a lot of the city. I know I am. I look down into the city, but we got snow. And this is why I haven't been planting. If I hadn't have gotten snow, I would have just been excessively angry because I have not planted because of this goddamn snow. You see the cycle I'm in right now. Waiting for snow so I can plant, but if the snow doesn't happen and I still didn't plant, so it's like this, I don't know, I'm going crazy. I have so many seeds I'm ready to plant, and my ground is frozen! Motherfuck! You and I may be in the same elevation. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Like, just considering how you talk about the land you live on, I think we are. Like, just the type of wildlife and stuff and the weather we both tend to get very similar weather. Yeah. And you always send your shit to me. I swear to God. That snow slams me fast every goddamn time. And it's gross, and my dogs don't even like it. I feel bad. They're so full of energy. Enjoy the cold while you have cooler weather. It's supposed to be 90 on Friday. You know what's crazy, Angel? Last week, we got to 80 degrees. And now it's 23. Our weather, like, there's just no acclimating. I feel like such a fucking pansy because I bitch about it all the time. But right now I have all my summer clothes out and all my winter clothes. And my closet looks like a fuck story because that's just the stage we're in. Like, it could be 80 degrees tomorrow. I don't know. Or it could be 22 and snow. Colorado is a fucking weird place. It's a very weird place. The weather is very weird. I just want nice weather so I can plant. I miss gardening. Like, this is the time of year where I start to get real itchy to go outside. I need it. I need to go outside. It's where I'm active. Like all you guys know, all winter, I basically like run on a treadmill in front of a window. It's very depressing. I hate it. And the moment the weather starts to just barely get a little bit better to the point where I can actually start going outside and working out and doing things like working in my garden, not working out, it's like I can't give it up. Like, I've been in the garden the past week because it was like in the 70s and it was gorgeous, and now they've taken it away with the snow, and I'm very upset. That's it.
Hail Satan, Matilda. I hope you're doing well, honeybean.
It's so weird. It's the season of the layers. No shit. Every day I walk around the house, like, it'll be 75 in the morning and I've got shorts on and a tank top, and by 3 in the afternoon it is 40 degrees. And I'm like, what the fuck? Layers. 'Tis the season of the layers. It really is. Rod, that's how I was last night. All last night. And then that fucking thunder hit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's the weirdest weather. Because seriously, like, you just don't know what you gotta, like, plan for any weather you're gonna have when you go out. Because Colorado, man. Mountains, I guess. We're getting a rain snow mix tonight, and then it's going to be 60. That's what I'm saying. And we're the opposite. So we went up to like 79, 80 degrees last week, which is like 20, 22 C. And by Saturday, we're going to be 20 degrees F. Fahrenheit. Okay. My hope is, and you guys know this, I've talked about my garden way too much, but it's been a chore. Because you guys know, the people who owned it prior to Scott and Bree literally treated my yard like a fucking landfill. Buried so much garbage out there. I have found so much broken glass and toys and figurines and like just the most questionable things in my yard. And on top of that was just like years of noxious weeds. Like I have pulled tap roots out longer than my dick. They are just insane. They're longer than that. These tap roots are like this long. Fucking like carrot roots out of the ground, and you have to get the whole tap root, otherwise that bitch is gonna come back. The other thing I've been dealing with is motherfucking grasshoppers. Motherfucking Colorado is so infested with grasshoppers. It's one of those places where you go walk through a field and waves of them start to undulate, jumping away from you. Visual waves, like you see them like I call them the locusts because it feels like a fucking plague. I can walk through my yard with a board and just start to push them out of my yard. So I researched their fucking life cycle. That's how much I want them dead. You guys know I refuse to put chemicals in my yard. My yard is going to be a garden that I can eat out of. So I'm not putting anything I'm going to die from in there. And what I learned about the life cycle of grasshoppers is that they lay their eggs underground, and then their eggs are like a good 6 inches underground, and then they're born out of the ground, out of their eggs or whatever. So my like fantasy is that all of this fucking rototilling I'm doing tossed up all the grasshopper eggs in my yard, and the snow is going to fucking freeze them to death. Please God, do that. Satan, whoever, anybody, I would love for that to happen. Please. I have rototilled everything so hard, like feet into the ground. If the snow could just murder all of them, that'd be great, because fuck grasshoppers. They literally ate the leaves off of every single plant in my yard last year. Every plant. I am shocked that any of my trees survived. Like, I'm pretty sure my aspens only survived because aspens are one of those unique trees where their bark actually performs photosynthesis as well as their leaves. So they didn't need leaves to survive, but like, fuck them hard. I hate grasshoppers. And they're locusts. They eat everything except weeds. They won't touch the weeds, but they'll eat everything else. Like, they literally try to eat a lavender plant, which is deadly to them. That's how stupid grasshoppers are. I hate them. Grasshoppers. I say locusts or grasshoppers as a grander term for what I can perceive to be at least 5 different species of this type of insect that eats plants living in my yard every year. There's little ones, there's big ones, there's different types of big ones. Like, I've caught all of them and like fucking Google imaged them and tried to figure it out. I hate them. I hate them so much. New adult thing I hate, grasshoppers. I fucking hate them. They decimated my garden. They literally decimated. Like, it was like out of a movie. Seriously, like locusts and nothing. Everything. I had if they survived, a magnolia in my yard, a dogwood, 2 aspen trees, a rhododendron, a couple lavender plants, a maple. I think they fucking killed my maple, my Japanese maple. They stripped it. I'm so upset about that. I just hate them. It's like there's so many. I hate them so much, but I'm not going to use poison. I refuse. I want to eat out of my fucking yard. It's Tattoo Day. I'm excited for you. I like how Twitch keeps reminding me this stream is only for adults. I'm not kidding you, Tamood. In my stream, where I have presented myself almost every single day for 10 years, once a week, it asks me if I'm sure I want to type a cuss word in my own chat. Like, if I'm on break and I'm like, hey, cunts, I'm just cleaning my bong, it'll literally, are you sure you want to type that? Fucking what? Fuck yes, I do! Cunt! What? I know, penis. It's a thing Twitch has been implementing, but like, this is an adult place. It's been here for quite some time. Yeah, we're gonna say cunt. We're gonna cunt it up. What's the it's like oh god, I just blanked. You guys, Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. I fucked your mom. Blink-182 covered it, but Comedian did it first. I love him. Why is this happening? Help me, help me, help me, help me. Priest, Buddy Christ. George Carlin. God, I hate my head. Fucking idiot, dude. George Carlin, yep. He did he has a name for it, the shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. But then Blink-182 changed it into a song where they literally just sing that over and over and over again. And at the very end, they go, I fucked your mom. I've seen them live a couple times. It was great. It's the 7 swear words and, Blink-182 extrapolated. There you go, yeah. The addition hasn't made chats less filthy, but it has ruined the comedic timing of several jokes. I believe that. 100%. It's a Christian Minecraft stream with lots of cunt. Oh, it was the 7 words you can't see on TV. That's what it is, yeah. This stream is only for adults. Are you sure? Type a swear. Are you sure you want to post that? Oh, man. Did I tell you guys? Speaking of, I don't know why this reminded me. So, we have Faded Friday. We have link protection. Like, if you don't sub to the channel, I ask that you ask a permit of the mods, and the mods vet your links and whatnot. Literally, the reason we do that, my nightmare happened to Zeke 2 days ago. 3 days ago? Was it Saturday? Did anyone witness that? Like, fuck my life. Literally, worst fucking scenario possible. Someone posts a random link that they accidentally typed wrong, and it was porn, and Zach brought it up on his stream for a good millisecond. Just porn. Yeah. It was literally a millisecond, and Scott went and scrubbed all the VODs, and they got it. He messaged his partner rep and all that thing. So he's good, like, he's fine. But man, what a fucking anxiety attack of thinking he's getting a 3-day vacation non-voluntarily. It's literally the reason I'm going to use that example. That's the reason we have link protection, my dudes. Because knock on wood. I have never had a strike on my channel. For all the cunts and twats and nastiness that goes down here and all the fuckery, never. We are good. We are in really good standing, and I never want that to be ruined. I never want that to happen to us. Like, I love that we're in good standing. It's the reason why I can submit an emote, and it's on our fucking channel within 3 seconds. Because I play by the goddamn rules. That shit is worst fucking nightmare. Like, goddamn. Seven words you can never say on television. There you go. Blink-182 loves swearing because the Blink-182 in their name refers to the number of times fuck is said in Scarface. How did I not know that? I had no idea. Yeah, I've heard that. I saw them like in the peak, like, take off your pants and jacket era, which was fucking phenomenal. And then I saw them years later, like at the Vans. What did Vans, was it? There was a tour sponsored by Vans, and I'm just blanking on whatever it was. What was? I don't remember. I went and saw them again, and I felt exactly the same. Like, it was the same jokes, but it was like 10 years later, and I was like, we could do better. Van Warped Tour, thank you, Warped Tour. That's the one. Yep, Warped Tour, yep. And she never will. Hear that, chat? Anxiety attacks are always a fun time. Seriously, though, I have lorazepam on deck for emergency doctor's orders. I have propanolol and another one I can't think of because I, too, have horrible, every once in a while, very, very rarely, and they don't happen that much anymore because I'm medicated in therapy and whatnot. But, like, I have panic attacks. They're terrible, and that would send me in one. Dude, Glut. Fucking...
Nail on head.
Man, I love you so much. Thank you for saying this. This is your livelihood, and people just post shit like it's not. That's what that one felt like. Just happening in Zach's channel. Like, and I think it's pretty clear here that, like, Zach is obviously the one that is doing real well on Twitch. Like, scary shit. That makes me so anxious, which is why we will always have link protection here. Unfortunately, I know it's a pain in the ass. I just love my mods so much for going through that shit because it really protects our channel from shit like that happening. And it could be something innocent. Like, I'm pretty positive what happened in Zach's chat was actually not a nefarious thing. Someone did not post porn on purpose. They mistyped a link. And it just happened to be that. It was horrible. Just absolute accident on everyone's part. But, like, it doesn't matter if it's an accident or not. This is how we keep a roof over our heads. So it can be very scary. My customer service voice is shot. Oh my god. Ike Wolf. I was just gonna say, I was playing Fallout 76 with Ike last night. And we just bullshitted for a couple hours, but I swear to God, I could feel my voice. Like, by the time it was like 9 p.m. here, I was like, yeah, that's so funny. Just, my voice by the end of the day, garbage. Like, this sounds like garbage. By 9 p.m., I'm like, just, I was like chugging water, like, why is it dying? Oh, she's dying. My throat is dying. It's the worst. Why are you so strict about links? Why are you stupid? I mean, at this point, it's hard. I don't know. It shouldn't, I don't know. If you know TOS, I don't think I should have to explain why we're really strict about links. You know? Remember that time when Conan Exiles was still allowed and you spent like 45 minutes just looking at dick physics? Yes. Yes, 100. Anytime. I mean, that's what's happening in Alan Wake. I'm not kidding you. Like, the first hour of Alan Wake is literally just examining a dead naked dude with dick out. And everybody's like, Katie, you're going to zoom in? I'm like, of course. Anytime I get a chance to legally on my stream look at a penis, I'm going to look at a penis. I am not personally against porn. I hope that's very clear. I love cock. I love titties. It's just not here, unfortunately. Unless it's in a game where they let us. And that's Twitch TOS. No shit. You cannot edit a game to put in genitals. But if the game comes with genitals organically, you get to thrive in them. It's the best, which is why I always say bye penis. It's exciting, but like, yeah, it's genitals that aren't the focus or whatever. Yeah, like that's why games don't have visual sex scenes and shit. Yeah, I'm all over it. Green Day's same. Me still being around shows how hard it is to get banned here. I mean, ice penis. 10 years later, and you'd be shocked that it's. I mean, I'm shocked. Like, I'm genuinely shocked anytime a mod has to ban someone because I'm like, how? How? You have, I mean, the vast majority of us are literally high off our board and we manage to behave. I don't fucking know. Cheers. Moxie's boobs and Lilith, you know, Lilith's butt crack. Yes, thank you, Crispy. It was a terrible time to take it. Me just the sign language of ass. I'm fine. It was just terrible timing because, yeah. Katie dying for that ass. No shit. I mean, it's great butt cleavage. It's great butt cleavage. The pantomime of, like, crack, but I've stared at her butt crack a lot. Fun fact I've learned working with seniors. I had my phone off, but somehow unlocked it with my ass. Oh, yes. While helping them, IT opened a video. It opened a video that sounded like porn. 90-year-old man just smiled and said, "Ah, you got some of those, huh? Back in my day, we had to find." Oh my God, that is not a conversation I would want to have with a patient. Oh. My butt does it all the time. I have a habit of, like, while I'm starting stream, I throw my phone onto my chair. And then when I sit down to start stream, I've forgotten about it and my ass changes the song. In the middle of the song, my ass, for some reason, always changes the Spotify song to the next song in a row, and I have to come in and apologize because it's weird that the song just, like, cut out halfway through. It's always my butt. Because, like, same with scrub material, like, legging material, your skin translates right through it, man. There's nothing there. I'm better now. What? I just got a message from Twitch that I won Mojang home cape, and there's what looks like a code after it. Is it a whisper? If it's a whisper, it's probably a scam. I wouldn't click any of it. There's a lot of scammy shit that goes through whispers. If it's an actual, like on your little Twitch notification guide drop-down thing, then that might be like a Twitch Prime thing. I've been unemployed for a few months, and so I haven't been very physical. Finally started working on the Continent store up the street. Continent's convenience. Although a Continent store would be great. And of course got it back. Shut up. No. Stretch. Stretch that shit, man. I speak much pantomime, apparently. Thank you. Thank you for the translation, because honestly, sometimes it's very difficult. I think what happened was I pulled a muscle, which is no big deal. I've done so many times, and then standing at the register for hours in a different way because of the muscle strain, I ended up pinching a nerve, I'm sure. I get that shit, like, whatever muscles between your scapula and spine, if I don't move enough, if I, like, sit in one position just stationary for too long, it, like, gets rock hard. It hurts. I have to stretch that shit out. Like, it's like, I think it's an injury that just, like, if I don't take care of it, it re-curls up or something. It's fucking, have a fun fucking hike, penis. I love you. Now, I feel like I've got sciatica just a few weeks before my 35th birthday. I had a mental breakdown on my 30th birthday, so, like, our 30s are going really fucking well. Let's go. It's a good life. It's a good life. Katie's asking to unlock her phone. I've heard of retina tracking, but I didn't know the brown eye worked. Okay, but like, what if it did? Like, now all I want to do is be like, I don't use face login. I've never done it. What if I set it up for the first time, but with my ass? Would it work? Or does it have to be a face? Like, could I convince my phone my ass is a face? Because that would be so funny. Like, hold on, guys. No, I'm just logging in. Use a bow. Just a little kiss. I'm gonna do it for science, not on stream, but I might do this for science. I've never signed that up. I don't even have fingerprint shit on my phone. Oh, no shit. Also, don't use face login, because in the event you're detained by the police, they can unlock your phone. I've never used any of that, not even my fingerprint one, because I don't trust it. I do a code. Do it for science? I might. Imagine if I got arrested and they were like, we need to unlock your phone. Look into it. And I'm like, you're pointing it at the wrong cheeks. And now it's assault, you pig. You know what I'm saying? I'm planning for the future. How about you? Really, it's illegal for them to do it by passcode or fingerprint, but they can face unlock. That's so fucked up. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into the Imperial ambush, same as us and the thief over there. You're doing fine. It's like trying to use the mushroom stamp to unlock your phone instead of a fingerprint. Would that work? I know. Unfortunately, the cops weren't. Here, you have to hand over the password no matter what, even the normal stuff. I mean, it kind of, I'm sure there's ways to break into a phone. Like, if you are arrested for, like, a legitimate horrific crime and they absolutely need to break into a phone, I'm sure there's ways to break into a phone, right? I've never heard them talk about how, but every single true crime I've ever listened to that's modern, people more often than not get busted because of their phones. Yeah, okay, all right. They're doing it, oh, that's disgusting. Doing it to protesters and shit, that's disgusting. No. I mean, I don't agree. I don't, you know my opinion on cops. Not a fan. Not a fan. Wouldn't. Oh my God, did I tell you? I was telling movie night this last night. Speaking of, I found a shattered phone in my yard yesterday. Real weird. Like, someone had to have fucking lobbed that shit to get it into my yard over my fucking, what is it, like 8-foot, 9-foot fence. But the screen is like shattered. Like, it looks like someone took a hammer to it and then the whole back's torn off. But someone wanted to get rid of a phone deeply, and it's in my yard. In the trash, but it was in my yard. Yeah, device unlocking in emergencies, exactly. Apple constantly fights the feds on that, going through people's phones. Man, I mean, it's probably not a shock that the vast majority of people out there going and doing horrible crimes like killing each other are pretty fucking idiotic. The vast majority. Now, there are really smart serial killers out there that are like crazy smart and get away with it for far too long. But the vast majority of them are kind of idiots who are, usually on drugs and shit like that. And I would go so far as to say almost every single true crime story I've heard that's come out of the last 5 years, they've been caught because of their phones, because people text each other about a murder. Like, they plan it via text and then genuinely think if they delete their text, no one will know. Like, I'm not like adult-ass grown humans that have made it through this world thus far. Hundreds, genuinely. They plan a murder and then they literally delete the conversation. They're like, they'll never find it. And I just don't understand. It's so dumb. I'm not out there criming, so I don't really have to think about this shit. But like, wow, the dumb. It's super strong, which I guess makes sense. If you're out there murdering, you're probably not the brightest in the shed. But, ugh. Most people don't understand how things work. I assume that people who do lots of criming or like plan a crime, like a murder or something terrible like that, I assume they're paranoid, because that's what I would be. Like, I would literally be so paranoid, I'd be like wrapping myself in duct tape like the guy from Batman or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be so fucking paranoid about every little thing. Like, if someone even looked at me about it, I'd be like, don't look at me with those eyes. You're talking about it. Like, and they're just not at all. And it's so weird. But I mean, that kind of makes sense with a brain set that does the murders and stuff, I guess. Law and Order Darwinism, seriously. It's not legal in my state. Electronics have to be disposed of differently, so we have to take electronic waste to the dump on certain days. Really? Interesting. I assumed, I probably, again, because I listen to far too much true crime, I assumed that the shattered, very purposefully, obviously shattered phone in my yard with the back torn off, someone wanted that phone destroyed for realsies, for hardcore. Like, that's a purposeful destruction of a phone. I don't know. Maybe they did it for fun, though. Remember when I punched the screen into my fucking monitor? That felt nice. When I went to ICU in 2020, what happened was the police went to my friend who lived a couple doors down and asked for the contact details for my dad. She said that she would contact them, and that's how my dad found out. That's smart, honestly, instead of just giving up personal details like that. The scary thing is the criminals who are smart enough to cover their tracks better are usually the complete fucking psychopaths. Very much so. And they're just few and far between. Those are the ones that make the news. Those are the ones we hear about, the ones that are just like a little too smart about what they're doing and they're just getting away with it forever. The vast majority of true crimes I listen to are like one-offs. They're not serial killers. They're just people who lose their fucking minds or have always kind of been off kilter or something like that. And they just, more often than not, they get caught because of technology. Emailing each other about, or like, I've listened to more than this many cases where someone literally went to hitman.com and tried to hire a hitman to kill their spouse. That is a police-run website. Did I need to tell you that for that to be obvious? So then a cop shows up and arrests you because you just tried to hire someone to kill your spouse. Like, it's more than this many times. It is, I think part of the reason I listen to true crime is just the sheer stupidity of humans is fucking baffling, because I feel very dumb on a daily basis. And then I watch that and I'm like, oh. Okay. All right. That's not an exaggeration. That's genuinely what they do. And the way these stories are told, you can tell the narrator's like unbelieving, but it's true. They do this. It's wild. It's so dumb. I don't understand. You have generalized anxiety. Most serial killers have what the opposite of that is. That's very true. I mean, it's really interesting. We don't really use the term sociopath anymore in psychology. We use antisocial disorder or personality disorders ish. There's kind of like, it's a spectrum. Everything's pretty much, we've discovered everything's kind of a spectrum at this point. But you can actually go on like YouTube and stuff like that and listen to people who have been diagnosed with anti-personality disorder or sociopathy, if you want to go with the classic diagnosis, and they talk about what it's like to be them, and their life sounds miserable. It's literally a game of mask. Every moment and every stage of their life they're completely aware that they don't function like you and I, and they are just masking, just to try to get people to think that they're normal because they just want to lead a normal life. Or what's, just a life. Like I listened to one just recently of a woman, and she was like, I really wanted to have kids. I wanted to have a husband, and it's so hard because I don't know who I am anymore because I'm so lost in this chain of people I've become to make other people in my general vicinity happy. And it sounds like what a lot of neurospicy people do on just an extreme level. It's pretty wild. Is there a specific difference between psychopathy and sociopathy? Yes, there is. Sociopathy is more the anti-personal disorder. So sociopathy, from what I understand, and granted, I got a minor in psychology many years ago, but from what I remember, and I have my DSM, we could actually whip it out. I think it's in my spare bedroom. From what I remember, sociopathy or anti-personal disorder, they are consciously aware of what is, for lack of a better word, wrong with them. And psychopathy, they are not. That's like the most general, broad but major difference between psychopathy versus sociopathy or anti-personality disorder or whatever, antisocial disorder, whatever the fuck they're calling it these days, is that people with sociopathy or anti-personality disorder, whatever, they are aware, they know it. Like, they are conscious. They know they don't think like the rest of the people, and sometimes they become manipulative, horrible murderers. Sometimes they're just everyday people like you and I are dealing with every day, but they're masking so fucking hard, just trying to fit in, but they're completely aware. Whereas psychopathy, they're not. They're not aware that they're in their own world or that what they perceive as reality isn't reality. Oh, no shit. You can download the DSM for free. Oh my, hold on. I genuinely have to go grab mine. I bought mine in college and I need to know what it cost, and I bet it has a price on it. Because you all know what fucking college books cost as children. One moment. There's no price on it. Fuck. I thought I'd be on the ISBN and it's not. I genuinely wonder what I fucking had to pay for this. I'm pissed. Ugh. The world, digital has made everything so much better. Like, man, I'm sure I'm not the only one. Do you remember what you used to pay for books in school? In the US, I mean, I'd pay sometimes $1,000 a quarter. That's 3 quarters a year, and I'm already paying $5,000 just to go to school for the quarter. So it's like $6,000 a quarter, and then you can't sell them back. No exaggeration whatsoever. Spent around $700 my first quarter for books. When I went to do the resale as a freshman, not knowing, they offered me $15. Fuck. And they outdate themselves so fast. Like, what are we on now? I think we're on DSM-5 at least. If not a DSM-5 TR. This is a DSM-4 TR. This is, I don't want to talk about it. I bought this 18 years ago. You couldn't buy it because it's out of date. They update them too often. That's why there's like DSM-4, DSM-5, DSM-6. Like, that's how they go, but I don't think I could even, unless it was used. Well, that's the thing. They give you $5 and then they resell it for $50. It's disgusting. Yeah, 5TR. Are we really on the 5TR? I was totally guessing. This is how old I am. Amazing. My DSM was 150. There you go. She which says my DSM was 150 and I bought it a little over a year ago. And you can just get the whole thing online. That's crazy. I mean, you could back in this day too, but there was a code inside. So you had to buy the book, and then in the book somewhere, there'd be like a removable code or something, and you'd go to the website and put that code in, and that gave you access. Psychiatry Online. Amazing. The book's the version of GameStop, very much so. Another thing that my professors used to do that I always thought was really fucked up, and I'm almost sure, it's going for 50 pounds. Damn, still. All right. I mean, it's still valuable. There's still a lot of really good information in this. It's nice to have the online resource, though, so you can look up the most up-to-date information if you wanted to. By the way, DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. 4th edition. That's what DSM stands for. It's every psychology student's fucking Bible. It's like having a Merck manual. If you're in medicine, which I also have, you got to have the Merck manual, which is like medical dictionary. Isn't BPD just one end of the bipolar spectrum? I've gotten diagnosed as both. So there's bipolar, and then what BPD is, what is it? Borderline personality disorder. According to my therapist, no, they're not the same, and diagnosing those two things willy-nilly is really irresponsible. That's literally what she's said to me out loud, because I have had both of those tossed at me. Not officially. I've been officially diagnosed bipolar, but I've had both of those things tossed around me in my diagnoses throughout my life. And so I asked my therapist when I got this new one, 7 years ago or whatever. And she was like, those are absolutely not the same thing. And some people like to say they're like on the spectrum together. They're very different. So bipolar is mainly defined very loosely as we get real, real high and real, real low. Because say I get excited by something, normal people get excited and they get that serotonin and then they drop down back to normal. And then they get excited and then they drop back down to normal. And they kind of do that their whole life. When someone who is chemically bipolar gets excited, we don't go back to normal. We just go and we can't control that spike, and it just goes and goes and goes until we can't go anymore, and then it takes the equivalent drop to the sad darkness, nothing matters, I don't matter, or the world doesn't matter. It's like just extreme. We can't control, we don't have like a baseline to return to, really. We're just kind of across the board, versus borderline personality disorder is something that, like, how do I say it? I think She-Witch, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, we could look it up. I don't even know, is borderline personality disorder in this one? I think bipolar is chemical imbalance you're born with, and I think borderline personality disorder is something you develop as a response to trauma that you may have other diagnoses that, like, definitely put, like, how do I say that? Leaned you into that column. If that makes sense. Psychiatry is fucking fascinating, but man, is it exhausting. Like, it is not an easy thing by any means. Like, taking on the problems of every single patient you have mentally. Wow. There we go. Thank you. She-Witch is an actual psychologist. So thank you for being a source. So, bipolar, born with, chemical imbalance. I've had it forever and I will have it forever. And borderline personality disorder, response to trauma. There you go. Thank you. I was going to look it up in here. Borderline personality disorder is something, I can't remember it, like, I don't know if the term was even around when I was in school, but it might have been. It wasn't something we really talked about, which is interesting. And I know it's like something that's a lot more common nowadays. People know a lot more about it. There's bipolar. Borderline personality disorder, I lied, it's here. Well, I didn't lie, I didn't know. 706. Always good to get the facts, man. Granted, this is DSM-4. We're now on the DSM-5 TR. Borderline personality disorder. Diagnostic features. The essential feature of borderline personality disorder is a pervasive pattern of instability of interpersonal relationships, self-image, and effects, and marked impulsivity that begins by early adulthood and is present in a variety of contexts. Individuals with borderline personality disorder make frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment The perception of impending separation or rejection or the loss of external structure can lead to profound changes in self-image, affect cognition, and behavior. Affect, comma, cognition, and behavior. I read like a fucking typewriter. I'm sorry. These individuals are very sensitive to environmental circumstances. They experience intense abandonment fears and inappropriate anger even when faced with a realistic time-limited separation or when there are unavoidable changes in plans. They may believe that this abandonment implies they are quote-unquote bad. These abandonment fears are related to an intolerance of being alone and a need to have other people with them. Their frantic efforts to avoid abandonment may include impulsive actions such as self-mutilating or suicidal behaviors, which are described separately in Criterion 5. It goes on for a few pages. Diagnostic criteria. Criterion for borderline personality disorder, a pervasive pattern of instability of interpersonal relationships, self-image, and affects and affects and marked impulsivity beginning by early adulthood and prevent in a variety of contexts as indicated by 5 or more of the following. 1. Frantic efforts to avoid real or imagined abandonment. Do not include suicidal or self-mutilating behavior, covered in Criterion 5. 2. A pattern of unstable and intense interpersonal relationships characterized by alternating between extremes of idealization and devaluation. 3. Identity disturbance, markedly and persistently unstable self-image or sense of self. 4. Impulsivity in at least 2 areas that are potentially self-damaging. 5. Recurrent suicidal behavior, gestures, or threats, or self-mutilating behavior. 6. Affective instability due to a marked reactivity of mood. 7. Chronic feelings of emptiness. 8. Inappropriate, intense anger or difficulty controlling anger. And 9. Transient, stress-related paranoid ideation or severe dissociative symptoms. Way so different from bipolar. You want me to look up bipolar? I'm bipolar. Fun. I'm not bipolar. I have bipolar. I said you were being a bitch. Quiz. Do I have bipolar 1 or 2? I always forget. I just looked it up. I have 2. Manic 382. Bipolar disorder. It's definitely 2. I'm the manic one. It wasn't a quiz like, do you guys know? I just never remember what type. Like, there's type 1 bipolar and type 2. One is defined by the depressive. One's defined by... me. This section includes bipolar 1 disorder, bipolar 2 disorder, cyclothymia, and bipolar disorder not otherwise specified. These are 6 separate criteria for bipolar 1 disorder. Single manic episode, most recent episode hypomanic, most recent episode manic, most recent episode mixed, most recent episode depressed, and most recent episode unspecified. Where's our diagnostic features? There's a lot of diagnostic features. It's very much hypomanic. Hypermanic. I'm the manic one. I don't know. I fuck the word up all the time. Definitely the manic one where I go 100 miles an hour until I lay down at the end of the night, and then I go 0 miles an hour. Like, when my head hits a pillow, I am... And when I wake up in the morning, I am... And I'm very annoying to some people. The essential feature... This is bipolar 1. Where's bipolar 2? I'm 2. 2 to 2, 2 to 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2 to 2, 2 to 2. 2. Bipolar 1, bipolar 1, bipolar 1, bipolar 2 disorder, recurrent major depressive episodes with hypomanic episodes. Wait, maybe I'm 1. Is 1 the manic one? I do fuck it up every time. I don't get the SADs too often. Yeah, I'm bipolar 1, the manic one. The essential feature of bipolar 1 disorder is a clinical response that's characterized by the occurrence of one or more manic episodes or mixed episodes. Often individuals have also had one or more major depressive episodes. My breakdown when I was 30. Episodes of substance-induced mood disorder due to the direct effects of medication, other somatic treatments for depression, or a drug of abuse or toxin exposure, or of mood disorder due to a general medication condition do not count toward a diagnosis of bipolar 1 disorder. In addition, the episodes are not better accounted by the schizoaffective disorder and are not superimposed on schizophrenia. People love to say bipolar schizophrenia or multiple personality disorder, which is just rude. It's called DID. Delusional disorder is psychotic disorder, not otherwise specified. Bipolar 1 disorder is subclassified in the fourth digit of the code according to whether the individual is experiencing the first episode. Specifiers. Recording procedures. That's not what I want. Where are my diagnostics? Familial pattern. No shit. Diagnostic criteria for bipolar 1 single manic episode. Most recent episodic hypomanic. Most recent episode manic. Currently or most recently in a manic episode. They're... Explain mania to these guys, my God. I mean, you can just see it, right? It's this. I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty good example of the manic bullshit. It's fun. Yeah, 1. There you go. Anyways, if you're interested, you should pick up a DSM or go on the website. It's very interesting. It's fascinating. Like it's literally just like crack a page. I literally cracked it to bipolar disorder. How did that happen? Amnestic disorder not otherwise specified. Diagnostic criteria for substance-induced persisting amnestic disorder. The development of memory impairment as manifested by impairment in the inability to learn new information or the inability to recall previously learned information. The memory disturbances cause significant impairment in social or occupational functioning and depressed. You just look up anything. It's kind of it's fun book. You know what I'm saying. There's a lot of bipolar. I opened it again. Pain disorder. Hypochondria. Factitious disorder. Dissociative disorders like DID, dissociative fugue, dissociative disorder, sexual and gender identity disorders, which is like sex addiction and shit like that. Or, I think is, what's that? I just blanked on the disorder. It's, oh God. It's when people get like a shit ton of plastic surgery because they never see themselves as beautiful. Dysphoria. Some dysphoria. What the fuck is it? Dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia. Dysmorphia. Thank you. Wow. I think that's covered under here as well. It's fascinating. I mean, the book itself is fascinating. Sexual arousal disorder, male erectile function disorder, female orgasmic disorder, male orgasmic disorder, vaginismus, sexual dysfunction due to a general medical condition, paraphiliasis, my God, exhibitionism. It's a fun, books are fun. Sometimes depressing, but fun. Sylv, I hope you're doing well, honeybean. We just nerded out. How are you? So they were way off. It doesn't fit any form of my crazy. Yeah, BPD is pretty rare, I think. And for some reason, I don't know. She-Witch could probably speak on this a lot, but I feel, yeah, thank you. Irresponsible diagnosing angers me. Irresponsible diagnosing, irresponsible self-diagnosing. There is so much crap. I see it all the time on Instagram where someone just decides that they're going to post a multiple page blurb that's like facts about ADHD. You might have ADHD if. You might have bipolar if. They're not a doctor. They're not a medical professional. They are just a human being trying to get clicks on Instagram. And it leads to like this abundance of self-diagnoses. And it happens in medicine as well. People come in the ER and they're like, I have this. And I'm like, really? How do you know? Well, I Googled and I'm like, okay, we're going to do x-rays and shit and figure out what you actually have because your Google machine's cute and all, but it's constant. I see that all over the place. And I don't know if that influences. I believe Girl Interrupted was about someone diagnosed with BPD. I think it was. I think the book definitely was. I actually own that book somewhere. I think you're right. I think what's her name? Oh wow. Winona Ryder's character in the movie. I forgot her name in the book in the book. Susanna. I think she is. I think you're absolutely right. See how I just remembered the name of a fake person in a book I've read, but like I can't tell you what I did yesterday. Is that in the DSM? How come brain broke? Can I look that up? Why did I remember that? Interessante. Oh, Adam. Are you trying to cold turkey? You know you don't have to. Downtown. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. You know that one song? Why do the birds keep on singing? Why does the moon shine above? Nobody knows it's the end of the world. That scene is fucking burned. If you've never seen the movie, I'm not going to say it. Rest in peace, Brittany Murphy, you fucking angel. Cheers. Oh, good. You know, Adam, the reason I asked is so many people, so many patients of mine have gone through nicotine withdrawals and whatnot. And I know I've told you this, like, genuinely, I've had so many patients tell me it was harder to quit nicotine than it was heroin. And I think what they've discovered or whatever is it's because of the habit itself, not necessarily always it's not 100% the chemical part. It's the like, you know, you're just used to every 2 hours you get up, you go outside, you have a smoke. Still get up and go outside. Just replace it with something. I've heard that makes everything a lot easier. Because your body's just looking for that routine and that, what's the word? The predictability. And if you lean in, like, for instance, like, when I take a tea break and I don't smoke pot, I still get bud. I just get full CBD bud. Because my thing is a lot of this is a fidget toy. I feel like this is a lot of people with their vapes at their desk. It's a fidget toy a lot of the times. There's a lull in conversation, and my brain's looking for something to do. I can either pick up a fidget toy, or I could drink coffee, but that's empty. I'm going to take a hit. What I'll do is I get weed that's 100% CBD, literally no THC. So I'm still going through the motions, but I'm not getting high. And then I'm giving myself a real tea break, but it's not driving me as crazy as it would if I just, like, took my bong away, and I took my fidget toy, and now I just have to sit here and sit on my hands. But also, I don't get to be high? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like a double whammy that way. Replacing a habit definitely helps. It's almost a comfort thing or like a stim. Like a fidget, it's a fidget. I've realized that very much with my bong as well. It's so a fidget toy. Like I notice if I'm playing games, cutscene, take a hit. Someone's going to talk for 13 minutes, take a hit. Like I need to fill that space. I need to be go, go, go. And that's... No shit, we're just talking about the mania right now. That is part of my diagnosis, hard, is that go, go, go is big time. And then you mix that with a little bit of my OCD shit and the ritualization of something and the breaking of the habit will break my brain almost more than removing the chemical I'm looking for. It's weird. But brains are weird, man. We get used to them, I guess. It's why I like having a drink after work. It's not really the drink I truly need. It's the ritual. That's me with my coffee in the morning. Very much so. Like, I don't think I love my coffee in the morning, but I think it's the ritual of, like, it's part of what gets me out of bed. Like, getting out of bed, working out, taking a shower, and then going in the kitchen and that smell of that first fucking cup of coffee. It just is, like, hot sex to my face. I love it. And it's that quiet time. I just stand in my kitchen and I look out my kitchen window and I sip my coffee and just, like, zone out. It's that ritual of it that I truly like do not like giving up. I like back in the day I used to give up stuff for Lent and shit just for funsies, not as a practicing Catholic. I find it fun to challenge myself sometimes. So I do think it's, you know, like I take tea breaks on purpose because I think it's important for me to realize why am I getting high? Am I getting high because I like to get high or am I covering up an emotion that I don't want to feel? So I take tea breaks a lot of the times for that. And I think it's important to do that. So I did that with coffee one time. And you guys know me and my coffee. I fucking love my coffee. But I did a Lent thing just for fun, just to try to challenge myself. And I gave up coffee. And I found that, like, yeah, you get I was drinking tea and whatnot. I got a little bit of a caffeine headache the first day, but I just felt this thing missing from my mornings. Like, just missing. Like, it chunked out this portion of my morning where it was my special time. And what I did is I ended up filling up that time with not something else that was my special time. And it made my mornings feel really chaotic and really icky. Whereas, like, I think, and this might be part of ADHD, because I've read things about caffeine and ADHD, but, like, it genuinely gets me to sit down. I sit down, I have my cup of coffee, I breathe, I relax. Like, it's comforting. I've got that fidget toy of a hot cup in my hand. And without that, nothing forces me to sit. So I just go. Like, I just start to go. And you guys know on my day off, like, I don't stop. I'm incapable of stopping. It feels like I'm going to get sick if I stop. And that coffee is one of those things that I have accepted as part of my ritual, and it gets me to stop. But I don't think of it as stopping. I think of it as I get to sit with my cup of coffee now. And I get to enjoy this yummy beverage with my dogs or whatever, if that makes sense. Oh man, my lighters look so gross. If I chewed on that, what do you think would happen? I might die. That resin, I don't even know what that would do. Just don't do what I did. I was given muscle relaxers and bus where I slept for like 3 days and felt horrible, but I hated smoking after that. I mean, was that to quit smoking? The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we're in the driving seat. The wrinkled flesh lump rules all 100%. We are along for that fucking ride. Oh, yeah. Driving home last night and Bon Jovi shuffled onto the Spotify playlist. You gotta figure he'd be at least 3/4 of the way there by now. How dare you? How dare you? Coffee is the ritual. Yeah, it's not just the coffee. I love coffee. And, like, if it's cold out, I love a nice hot beverage in my hands. But it's that morning ritual of just, like, it's comforting. It's like my treat. I love the ritual of measuring out my beans, grinding them, watching the brew, taking the first sip. Seriously, the smell, like, and it's different. If you are into coffee, like, you know, the beans, fresh roasted beans, that smell is awesome, and I love it. And then the fresh ground beans, smell changes. It's different, and I love it. And then you fucking make the cup of coffee, that smell. Like, it's a sensory journey for me, I feel like. I'm talking about it like it takes years. It's like a few minutes to make a cup of coffee, but, like, that is precious. And I live for that moment in the morning. I do have my own coffee grinder. Oh, yeah. Yeah, believe it or not, I grew up on Maxwell House and Folgers out of a drip coffee pot, like a Mr. Coffee. I will drink anything. Like, I'll drink fucking AM, PM black sludge that's been sitting there since 4 a.m. and it's 10 p.m. I don't give a fuck. I just want some coffee, but I do love a good cup of coffee. And in my opinion, the best cup of coffee I've ever had to date is AeroPress. AeroPress makes such a dank cup of coffee. Oh my fucking God. Hot damn. You get a pound of coffee a week and you don't drink it. Oh my God, that's amazing. No, I'm in the middle of working and IT decides, hey, you want Windows 11 now, right? No, run. Can you run? Oh, you're really lucky. We have, you might have heard of the brand before. I think they're fairly national across the US. Dazbog, I think. It's like a red bag. It looks very Russian, and it's like Dazbog, I think, is the brand. But that's I think they're local to Colorado. They make a really good coffee. Like, no shit, I think it's their Kremlin blend is delicious. It's a joke, the Russian ploy, a thing on it, but, like, they make really good coffee. One of my biggest pet peeves is buying some beans that are, like, perfectly roasted and they smell so good, and you grind it up and it smells so good, and then it makes the world's literal weakest cup of coffee, where, like, you just set the milk next to it and all of a sudden the coffee's white and you're like, what the fuck happened? What is that? Why does that happen? What a cock tease. It hasn't happened to me in a while, but I hate that feeling. I wouldn't hit the 11 button. I haven't had a fun time. I have not had a fun time with 11. Does Microsoft know about consent? Yes, remind me in 3 days. Too real. Too fucking real. I hate that. Is it literally just actively updating in the middle of the day while you're trying to fucking work right now? What do you mean increase the amount of grinds? You mean like a finer grind? Oh, I've done it. I have a real nice grinder that literally has like the French press setting for really chunky, and then it has normal drip, and then it has pour over, and then, or is it pour over drip and then espresso? I've tried. Like, some beans just suck. I think it's just something about that bean. It just made like the saddest. I really like my coffee to taste like coffee. I don't like sweet in it. I don't want sugar in it. I like kiss it with oat milk, like and that's it. I actually have a frother and I'm really fancy, so I froth that kiss of oat milk, but I like my coffee to taste like coffee. I don't want it to taste like all the other things I'm putting in it. I literally only put the milk in it because I have an ulcer, and if I don't, it hurts. Because I'm dying and I'm old. Otherwise, I drink it black. A good cup of coffee does not need anything. But I have to add the oat milk, otherwise my stomach's like fire in my belly. I was put on Busper for the anxiety and muscle relaxers for my knee. The doctor never looked at the reactions of the meds, so I just took them, and yeah, it was a bad time. That sounds fucking horrible. It's your work PC, so in the middle of the day while you're coding, you have to... I'm so sorry. I mean, if anything, you'll have an excuse to just not work for the prospective future, because nothing will work for you. So maybe bring some knitting. Hey, we're doing this now. Save your work. That's so odd, because genuinely, like, that's really common for that shit to happen, but it normally happens to night shift because they don't care about us. I've never heard about it happening during day shift. Normally, the switchovers, like when my hospital went from, I can't even remember what our computer system, to Epic. I think it was literally a Johns Hopkins very special, like, their own system. We went to the Epic charting. They did it in the middle of the night. Because they were like, we don't want to disturb people during the day. Because hospitals don't run 24 hours, you know, of course. But yeah, they would do that shit always middle of the night. And they just, fuck night shift, deal with it. I'm sad it's happening to you, because day shift does get more work. That's just facts. Like, you guys have to look nice and work. Medium. Good morning, Rage. I hope you're doing well, Honeybean. I didn't get a notice. It just started. That's even worse. That's so shitty. That's so fucking shitty. Add more coffee to the same amount of water. Oh, I see what you're saying. Just like more, I mean, genuinely, yeah. But like, what if I can find coffee where I don't have to use the same, like, you know, like use less, get same amount of cup, then my coffee lasts longer because I'm a cheap fuck. It's fine. But I have done that. Genuinely, if I get a coffee for some reason that is like some beans that just taste like shit, they're just really weak, I French press it. Because that way you can put in like that much in the bottom of that fucking French press, fill that bitch up with boiling water, and just let it sit. Almost like tea. And by then you'll get a decent cup of coffee out of it. But if you've ever used an AeroPress, it's essentially like making a shot of espresso, but with your hand. And just physics of your body, pushing it through a little screen. And it's just, I mean, seriously, one of the best fucking cups of coffee I've ever had in my entire life. But you use such a small amount of coffee that if it's that weak shit, you get nothing. You get like some pea water in a cup and you're like, what's that? Why is that in there? Why'd that happen? That's so sad. Because versus a French press, you know, you let it soak. An AeroPress, you put like that much into the tube AeroPress, you pour the water in and immediately plunger that shit through because it's espresso. It's supposed to like shoot the hot water through the grounds as fast as possible to get like a clean shot up. I have to pee. How are you doing? This is an educational place. Oh, goody, it's snowing. Said no one ever. Does that mean I'm getting more snow? I don't want that. You know, I don't think I've ever had coffee out of a mocha pot. They look conceptually awesome. Never had it. I think that's maybe the one preparation of coffee in my life I've never had. Because I've had pour over. That is some extra shit right there. Oh, it's horrible. I mean, Epic makes sense in the long run. Epic is a great program to chart patients. And the great thing about Epic is the more hospitals are on Epic, the more we can communicate to each other. Whereas before, if I was on Cerner and someone else was on Meditech, our computers did not communicate. So my charting did not go to that hospital. Their charting did not come to my hospital. So, and this is no offense to patients, but like, if that's the case, we're 100% reliant on that human telling us their medical history. A human who probably has no medical expertise whatsoever, chances are, and probably not an exact memory of every diagnosis and every medication they've ever been on. How dangerous. Like, that's very dangerous. Whereas if my system's on Epic and your system's on Epic, I can see all that charting. I can see exactly the meds you've put that patient on. And then I don't do anything terrible that's going to kill a human. It's great. But the changeover is hell. Hell! So hell. Eat some pumpkin and rice. It gets out of my dogs so fast. My cats are driving me crazy, gaslighting me, making me think I didn't feed them. That's cats though, right? Exactly. Day shift is hitting the delay for X hours button, so it begins so it updates during a night shift. Exactly. Yep. I understand. Like, it's the reason I worked night shift. Is day shift and night shift, we are doing the exact same work for the most part. There's little differences. Like, night shift, we're bathing people. Day shift, you're walking people, etc. Just a different level of work. But day shift, you gotta look nice. Like, genuinely, like, the administration walks around in their clacky heels and their perfect starched white coats all day, so you have to look nice for them. Whereas on night shift, we are a messy bun, blood and vomit, but we're keeping you alive. You know what I'm saying? I understand why it happens on night shift. I feel bad that it happened to you on a day shift, because that seems fucked up. And, like, depending on how long that takes, that's just how much work is going to be, like, exponentiated on that. Fuck that. I've never even heard of Oracle before. Do you work at a smaller institution? I've heard Epic is dumb expensive. Like, Hopkins, obviously, they don't give a fuck. They make all the money and have all the money in the whole world. They're like a nation unto themselves. But all the smaller, like, community hospitals I've worked at, they had, like, Cerner, Meditech. There's a third one that I worked on, and I can't remember the name of it. And they can't afford Epic, and no shit, like, their license for their program for what they were using, which was either Cerner or whatever, was a used license from, like, 1985, because the licenses are, like, tens of thousands of dollars. Like, insane amounts of money for these programs that we use to chart, because, I mean, I'm sure you know, it goes along with HIPAA and whatnot, and all the login procedures, and hiring technicians who know how to code the program, stuff like that. Like, it's a whole fucking deal. I know I do need to pee. I was going to grind weed and then forget to pee, and then probably in an hour be like, guys, I have to pee so bad I can't breathe. Because that's what I do. It's so expensive. Those licenses are crazy expensive. So a lot of hospitals buy used ones, but I've never heard of Oracle before. Epic is great. It's just learning it, and it's the changeover. It's the changeover of just what you're used to. You know, you get on a roll. I go in and chart someone, and when I've used a program for a while, I don't even need to look at the column I'm on. I just know the amount of tabs between columns. Like, 5 tabs, respiratory rate. 5 tabs, blood pressure. 5 tabs, percussion. 5 tabs, auscultation. 5 tab, like tab down, because it's just like a giant fucking Excel sheet. I know how many tabs, and that changeover, it's suddenly now I have to read every fucking cell as I go down. Tab. Okay, that's when I actually fill in. Tab. It just, like, slows down the process. The bullshit process. And it's not bullshit to chart people. Please don't get me wrong. Just, it's the busy work. It's the stuff that we have to sit and do as opposed to the actual me taking care of you work. It just, wow, makes it so much longer. Sun Microsystems. Oh, no shit. Oracle's the company that bought Java. Interesting. And then I think, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody works for them, Kaiser Permanente, I think, has their own charting system. I hate Kaiser. I would not go to Kaiser. That's a business. Wow, what a business of a hospital. Kaiser's scary, but they're basically buying up all the community hospitals up the West Coast. And I think they're trash. They really are. I think they're a little bit like, and not in not in any other aspect. Other than they're kind of their own like city of a system, like Johns Hopkins. Like Johns Hopkins genuinely has its own bank. Your paychecks never leave that building. It is wild. They are their own city unto themselves. And I think that's kind of how Kaiser has done this, like buying up the West Coast of hospitals and then just creating like this conglomerate of hospitals. And I've heard not only is it shit to go there as a patient, I've heard from multiple people. I've never heard a good story about working for Kaiser. Most people have quite a hard time because it feels like a factory. It's just a patient turnover. There's no like personalization. You're never working with the same doctor twice. You're never working with the same nursing team twice because the institution is just huge as fuck. Kaiser is fucking scary. They really are. I mean, they are a very classic example of, wow, you're going to try to call yourself not for profit? You're buying up land faster than like fucking Zillow. What are you doing? It is weird. Ryan was getting really bad night sweats and they told him to take showers at night. He had walking pneumonia. Yeah. You're right, Rod. I don't know. None of it. Yeah, we're not a monopoly, not at all. We're just going to buy every hospital we possibly can, tear down their sign, completely rewrite the way the hospital works, and stick the name Kaiser on it. Kaiser Permanente. I mean, I think almost all of California, if not 3/4 of like the northern half of California, is all Kaiser Permanente now, unless you can afford private care. Like, it is wild. Wild. Oh my god, you got a booking? Shut the fuck up! Yeet skis! I have to pee so bad. I'm gonna cheers to you when we come back. Quick break so I can pee, and then fuck yes. I haven't, there's not a Kaiser. I haven't seen a Kaiser, but I wouldn't doubt it. I haven't seen one though. No, we have multiple other hospitals. We have like a Mount Sinai. We have a not John's. We have a St. John's. St. John's something. We have a lot. We have a few different hospitals in the area, but I haven't seen a Kaiser yet, but I wouldn't doubt it because we're pretty damn close. I mean, Kaiser's just moving across the West. They're crazy. They're very scary. Oh, pneumonia is nothing to be fucked with. And that's such, I don't, I'm glad he finally found out he had pneumonia. It's just so scary how fucking lackadaisical people can be about something like that when pneumonia can take you out pretty damn fast. That's not something to be fucked around with. Is there Kaiser? There you go. Is it down south by you? Because I know there's not a Kaiser near me. I haven't seen a Kaiser. But that doesn't mean there isn't one, because they are swiftly moving. And the only, like, I don't think they'll ever be able to break into the big institutions of the East Coast, but they're going to take up I mean, most smaller community hospitals are not, well, like, they're not above board on, like, not above board, that's not the word. They're having a hard time staying afloat because you get more from insurance companies and you get more subsidies from the government if you are a not-for-profit institution. But if you actually maintain realistically being a not-for-profit institution, it's very hard to continuously run as a hospital for all the reasons I've talked about for the past 10 years, and I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing. So it's really, like, when administration gets offered a hot billion from Kaiser, of course they're gonna fucking sell. They don't give a shit. And then the biggest issue, I mean, not biggest issue, but, like, one of the things that I personally hate and think is really gross is that Kaiser tends to come in, buy a hospital, and fire everyone, and then fill it with their own personnel. And I think that's really grotesque. It's just sad and gross. It's a gross business. It's a business. It's a business practice. I mean, firing entire staffs, all the nurses, everybody, because they want people Kaiser. They want Kaiser people working in there. It's weird and sad. Let's pee together, yeah? That's warm. All right, and break. Be right back. Stretch your legs, load a bowl. Don't pee your pants. Shall we fucking Alan awaken? Let me clear my. I got shit everywhere. I'm gonna knock over with my hands. Bye, DSM. Love you. I've spent so much time with that goddamn book. Seriously, it's like honeysuckle. I have no idea. I wish I knew. It smells really good though. Let's fucking cheers. Yeah. Oh, I loaded a bowl for you, Yeetskis. I loaded a bowl and my dogs ate a pencil. Bastards. Cheers. Lighter. Jesus. Yeah, but calluses usually develop for a reason. Like, usually a callus develops because of repeated, damage, technically, to that portion of your hand. So, like, I have them right here. It's so bleachy, but, like, under each pad of my hand, I have a callus right there from all the fucking yard work I've been doing. You can kind of see that one. And then I get them in the middle of my hand. It's terrible. Ooh, music is super loud. Thank you. Sorry. My bad on music. Yeah, I get calluses on my hands from, like, lifting weights or working in the yard and stuff like that. And, like, they're good. They protect your skin. Most people's feet are calloused at some point. It protects your feetsies. And you can't tell us shit. I have to deal with that shit all the time. I hate it. Keeping secrets is not fun. I don't like having secrets. I like celebrating with people. Oh, Najeel, job hunting fucking sucks. I'm sorry, boo. Good luck. Have fun, Super Bappa. Don't forget to wash your hands. I hope this soap smells nice. Yep, usually you can tell, like, how you walk by how the calluses kind of form on your feet. Thank you, Rod. Yes, this is our first playthrough. We are on, what? Chapter 3? No, we just finished chapter 3, I think. I think we finished chapter 3 yesterday, and we stopped it before any cool cutscenes could happen. I think that's what we did. That was perfect timing. Stop. I have bad calluses on my toes from being an ex-runner. That's my feet. I run, and they're, yeah. They don't look bad, but I do run. I feel like that says enough about my feet. I abuse them. The Epic launcher is so weird. I still get nervous when I start it, because sometimes the game takes, like, minutes to get. I put steamed milk in it so it wouldn't get cold, and now it's everywhere. Oh my god, I've been using that chai honey like crazy. I just used the lavender. How's everyone doing? No, the chai honey is fucking tasty. I'm doing the lavender. It's so cold that all my honey went solid. I have to suck the foam off. Don't look at me. It's everywhere. It is open. I reached the T. That was dumb. Cat tongue much? Ouch. Got it. My tumbler dryer stopped working. Like, the start stop button is completely unresponsive. I bet it shook its plug loose from the back. That's happened to mine twice in 5 years. where literally the button just stopped. The power was gone. And it's the dryer shaking over the years, just shakes the cord out. Absolutely not. I have it now. I gave myself cat tongue. I fucking hate that. Damn it. Oh well, I have tea now. My voice was feeling absolute crap. Ma'am. Ma'am. They heard cat. Oh God. She doesn't actually give a shit. Bastard. How was PT? I'm gonna burp. No, I'm not. Pause. We have game to play. Anyways. I got tea. Let's go. Today, I think. That's a perfect pause place. I don't want to go any further because then we won't find... I mean, it's good to start at the beginning of these because tomorrow it'll start at the beginning of that cutscene again. It'll start, like, just like today, it'll start us at the swirly, twirly gumdrops and plop us into the cotton candy forest or whatever the fuck's gonna happen. I don't know. About the TOS, oh, did it warn you, like, not to say twat or something in my chat? Oh, stop it. Hold on. This is why we love you, Beata. That's okay. It's because you're high. Just don't forget, I always take control. That's what I'm doing. As we go around Candy Mountain, the Big Rock Candy Mountain, where there's cigarette trees and whatnot. This game is fucking dope, and I love it so far. Actually, before we jump out, hold on. I did want to do one thing. We'll probably do it again. This isn't, like, story-altering. But in our mind place, if we talk to our deer... Because we've pet a deer or two, I think. Oh, did they update TOS today? Muy interesante.
Miss you, kiddo. I'll be home soon.
So that must be our child.
If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softie Casey is.
They updated TOS today? Oh, interesting. That'll be fun.
Mom may be gone. But whenever I read this, I feel like she's still here.
I can't interact with my deer? I swear to God. What? I've been petting the deers. How come I can't touch my deer? Really? Mind deer is temperamental. Sometimes it'll give you a prompt to tell you how many more you have, and sometimes not. Interesting. That's literally what I was trying to do. Okay. You knew what I was trying to do. That's the thing. I've found a couple deer heads in the game, and every time you find a deer head, you stroke it, and you're like, yeah, pretty girl, pretty, and you get it. Sometimes this one talks to you. Oh dear. The deer jokes are off the shits. And the fact that it's Deer Fest and shit, it's just stupid. But it's great. The game is great. It's amazing. I highly suggest, if you've gotten tastes of this Alan Wake, this Remedyverse series that I've been running, and you're like, I kind of want to play those, please start with the first one and just do the whole thing. The amount of intertwined, interlaced story, and the, like, connections between one and this one, and all those games in between. It's just truly great. I'm petting heads. Only, though, like, mounted heads. Because we found a dead deer carcass and I couldn't pet that one, and I tried. And I found, like, a deer skull. Couldn't pet that. I tried. It's only mounted deer heads that look exactly like my deer head. Looks like an impressive muley. I'm not a hundo on what that is. Actually, I wanted to see that. Thank you so much. We'll raid into Dan's channel because he's playing Adamfall, and that is... I want to say it's available on Game Pass or something, so that'd be a good game to check out in case anybody's looking for a game to pick up on Game Pass, because that means, I mean, you technically don't have to pay for it and you can play it for free. But I have wanted to see it. I almost typed in Adamfall instead of Domestic Dan. Oh, Lord. There he is. All right, my dudes. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I appreciate it as always. Always good conversations, regardless of where they go. Good weed. Friendship, love, Take care of yourselves. Wash your fucking water bottle and wash your bong. Clean your goddamn hands. Check under your fingernails. All of those things. Movie night tonight, as usual. We are watching, oh god, it's Alice in Borderland. Right? We do a couple nights of shows, and then we do movies. We do it every night in the Discord. Please come by. We just, like, get high and laugh and meme at each other. I literally just posted my screenshot of chat of Fiata being a little high in there. Alice in Borderlands. It's pretty fucking weird so far. Like, I had no idea where it was going at first, but I'm starting to get into it, and I'm starting to actually follow it. I think I don't know, got through, like, 5 episodes? 4? I don't know. It was pretty good, though. It's entertaining. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's one that we got through 4. Okay, thank you. It's one that I've had on my list, and I've been meaning to watch for ages and just haven't had the time to, probably because of movie night. Which is fine. But, like, genuinely, like, that takes up all my time now, which is great. I love movie night. That's all I want to do. But it's great. That's what we watch. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sundays, we do movies, and we have a big old wheel. And it's great. We have a good time. Come hang out. Discord. It's a great time. Other than that, smoke weed every day. Stay classy. I'm gonna go take my dogs out in the mud. I love you.